Right. So 2-5, 500 cap.
Yep,
Right.
500
Okay.
cap.
Okay.
The main villain in his hand has 700,
Okay.
and I cover.
Okay.
So we're 700 effective. He's a clear recreational player, lots of limp calling. Didn't drive to the casino to fold,
Right.
that guy.
Sure.
Okay, so normally this had been playing 2-5-10, but this hand we did not straddle.
Okay.
So in this hand, under the gun limps, I'm +1 with King of Clubs, King of Hearts, and I raise to 25. I get one caller in middle position. The main villain calls out of the small blind. The big blind calls, and the limper calls. So
So
we're 5 to the flop.
okay. So small blind, big blind, MP1, and you. Am I missing
Uh,
somebody? Oh, and the
yeah,
limp too.
under the gun
Yeah.
limp calls.
All right. So
Yeah, so
five ways.
five ways. I'm fourth act on the flop. I have kings without the king of spades, which is important. 125 in the pot. Flop is queen of spades, jack of diamonds, five of spades.
Queen of spades, jack of diamonds, five of spades. You have king, king, right?
King,
From
king,
+1, no spade.
no spade.
And you've got basically what looks like three people in front of you and one guy behind you, right?
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
Correct.
Okay. Yeah.
So the main villain, the small blind, the recreational player, donks out 45.
Okay.
The big blind, also recreational player, he started the hand with like 160 bucks.
Yeah.
He calls the 45. The under the gun folds, and then it's on me, and I raise to 200.
So the small blind has 700, right? Is that right?
Yes.
All right.
Yep.
All right. So this is interesting. And this just is a great example of, and I'll walk you guys through the hand again here for the podcast, but this is just a great example, Dana, of how bloated these pots get up multi-way, right? Like if you're playing a 500 cap at 2-5 and you're open to 25 and then you get multiple callers and then you throw in a C-bet, I mean, it's not really like 100 blinds, really. I mean, it is like, but it's very, very restrictive. So, under the gun limps, you make it 25 MP1 calls, small blind calls, big blind calls, limper calls, five ways, and so it's 125, and the board comes out queen of spades, jack of diamonds, five of spades, and this small blind basically donks out starting 700 for 45. The big blind, who's got 160, so he's super short, he calls, under the gun folds, and hero raises to 200. I know you've been with the site for a long time. I mean, I like it. Now, again, it's funny because I get into these little. There's one guy who trolls me on Instagram when I put up these hands. That he's just. I give him time because it's just kind of comical to me because he's talking about all kinds of theory and trying to, play your range at like 1, 2, and 2, 5 as opposed to basically playing the hand for maximum profit. And normally, if you were in a higher stakes game and then somebody donks out at you on this board, you're going to be cautious. You aren't doing a whole lot of raising with one pair. But here, it seems like absolutely you'd probably want to raise here. You're going to get in with the big blind. I mean, I guess you could also call, but I feel like you're almost losing some money on the table. The only thing that I would have to say is I might make it smaller. I actually might raise a little bit smaller,
Wow, that's interesting. That was one of my questions. The proper sizing.
Because you just don't want this guy to hero fold like king queen or like queen 10 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you donked for 45, you make it like 165 to 170. I want to keep the guy in the hand. You know what I'm saying? What will be interesting here is that and I don't remember exactly what happens, but what will be interesting here is that if you raise to 200 and then he basically 3-bet shoves all in, you're going to be if that happened, you're going to be getting a pretty incredible price. I don't think you can fold if that you know what I'm saying, like if that happens, because I mean even if he's got queen jack, you've got that equity. But anyways, all right, so you raise to 200. Yeah.
I raise to 200. Middle position folds. The small blind saves a bit and calls.
Okay.
And now the big blind short stack folds.
So small blind calls, big blind folds. Okay.
Yep.
So you put in 400, 445. I think the pot is like 570, I want to say, if I'm doing the math right. All right. So
570.
570. And You guys have about, what, 475 left, something like that, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
And the turn is an offsuit 9. Villain takes a long time playing with his chips.
Uh-huh.
I actually kind of had the feeling that he was trying to put on an act to keep me from betting again.
Yeah.
And then he jams.
So he jams all in for 475. So, or approximately 475. So the pot's going to be like, you know, right a little bit over 1,000. You're basically getting 2-to-1. You're getting a little bit of better price, right, than 2-to-1, which means, you know, just slightly. Yeah. So you need like 32% equity here. So you've got kings, right? So you're blocking, you know, a fair amount of the king 10 here. I don't think this 9 really changes much, to be perfectly honest with you. I mean, when you look at the board, I mean, the only thing that I can think of is that the Jack 9 of spades here would be like a 2-pair up, but I don't think the 9. Yeah, I don't think the 9 changes much, except that it's going to give additional equity to like draw type hands, making him maybe feel comfortable to basically go with a hand like a Jack 10 of spades. You know, some 10x of spade type of hand, although 10-8 is now a straight. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
Right. Okay. So I instantly thought, because this is a recreational player,
yeah.
Oh, God, he's got king 10 of spades or jack 9 of spades. Like, those two hands popped to me instantly.
King 10 of spades?
King 10 of spades.
Yeah. But that's like the mega nuts, though, right? King 10 of spades is the mega. You think the guy's just going to up front jam all in with the mega nuts? I mean, those are the types of hands that everybody loves to slow play, though, right?
Well, so that's kind of where I was at. Is I was thinking, okay, a recreational player is going to, like, go. And then I started thinking, oh, you know, 10 of spades, jack 10 of spades, 10-9 of spades, hands like that. Mm-hmm. And I started talking, kind of running through all these hands, and I kind of blocked king 10, and I unblocked the flush draw, and I said, okay.
Let me ask you one other quick question, too. There's a possibility, could he be playing, is it possible that he could be playing, first of all, a stop and go with like a hand like queen jack, which would be top 2, or possibly like even ace queen as a ridiculous stop and go. If he were to have queen jack, you still have like a boatload of equity, right? Because you've picked up a gutter here to a 10 as well. Queen jack, so you'd have you'd have 3, 6, 8, 12. You'd be, I guess you probably wouldn't have the price to call off. You'd probably be about a 3-to-1 dog. Right. Here with kings, you know, so, but.
Right. So I kind of felt, you know, if we talk just kind of theoretically, and the fact that I have kings without the king of spades, blocking king 10, unblocking flush draws, then I think I'm supposed to call here.
Yeah, I think so.
I started thinking.
I think so.
Yeah, but then I started thinking, okay, does a recreational player ever do this without something super strong here? Do they really do this with 9-10 of spades?
I don't know. I just feel like I mean, I look at it a different way. I mean, everybody can look at it their own way, but I would actually think that this is weaker for him to jam, and it's sort of more skewed towards kind of like a drawing-ish type of hand, just as an upfront jam. I would have a hard time folding, especially your specific combo. What ended up happening?
I did call, and he showed me king 10 of spades, and so I was effectively.
I mean, I find that really rare, though. I mean, it's unfortunate that that's what happened, but I find that really rare that someone's going to just donk, especially king 10 of spades. Like maybe king 10 off, and he's scared of the flush draw, but specifically the one with the mega nuts is. I mean, hey, all recreational players come in all types and stuff, so. But I think you're probably supposed to call. I would have a hard time folding given the price, you know?
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I feel like I've been paying off in these spots too much.
So what would you have done? What would you have done if the guy jammed on the flop over the top of your raise?
I'd have called.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd have called. So, you know, obviously if he had jammed king 10 of spades, which,
right.
You know, I kind of expected him to, you know, once I started thinking through it, I thought he might have jammed that on the flop. But
Right. All right. Thanks for the call, Dana. Hey guys, if you like what you've seen here, please click on the subscribe button and you'll get notified every time we put up a new video. And if you want to check out crushlivepoker.com for the first month free, use the code YTA200. Click on the link right there.